Hello dear students, today we're going to take Unit 3, 9 to 5, page 22. Let's start with the new vocab here in the green box. What is the meaning of laborer? Laborer means worker. Mechanic is the person who fixes cars. Nurse is the person who helps the doctors at the hospitals. Plumber is the person who fixes pipes and water supply. Surgeon is a doctor who makes operation or who makes surgery for patients. Firefighter is the person who puts out the fire. Okay. Today we're going to talk about a man's world serving the community. So in the past we know that there were certain jobs for men only, not for women. For example, the firefighters were all men. Mechanics were all men. But nowadays things are different. So women started to work the same jobs as men. So here he's telling us that women started to work as firefighters. Why did they choose this job? They chose the job because, of course, it has flexible hours, and that helps them to take care of their houses, of their families and kids, and at the same time work. Also, women have patience, so sometimes they can go and talk to people about how can they prevent fire and how can they protect themselves from fire. And when they tried to work as firefighters, they became very excellent at the job too. Also, we have another example of women working as mechanics. So you understand that in the past it was only a job for men, but nowadays women started to apply to work as mechanics because it's not a tough and dirty job anymore, because it's now more, the cars are now more complicated, and of course people who are working that job need to have patience and intelligence at the same time in order to work out what the problem is in cars. So the job is not depending anymore on the strength. It's depending more on intelligence. And that's why women started to work as mechanics. Okay, now let's listen to the text, and then we will find out the meaning of the words later. Let's listen.
Unit 3, page 23. Read. Exercise 2. Read and listen to the text.
A man's world? Serving the community. When firefighters turn up to put out a fire, traditionally people expect them to be men. However, underneath the protective clothing, helmet and visor, there are more and more women. One such woman is Kath Webb, who joined the fire service in 2008 and is now in charge of a team of firefighters at her local station. When she became crew manager following a promotion, she was the first female to do so in the whole of her region. One reason for the increase in female firefighters is a change in the job requirements. There is more emphasis on communication skills nowadays, with fire officers spending a large part of their day educating the community about fire prevention. We visit residents and explain how to prevent fires in the first place, says Kath, and this is something women excel at. Nevertheless, many women are being put off the profession by the 24-hour-a-day commitment expected of firefighters. Everyone needs flexible working arrangements within their job, explains Women's Liaison Officer Ruth Ward. Family-friendly working hours would attract more women to the profession because they could have their career as well as a family life. What more could anyone want? A tough job. Base 34 is a new garage in Montpellier in the south of France. Customers who take their cars there for repairs may be surprised to find that all the employees are women. When Hervé Malige advertised for women who wanted to become mechanics, he received 120 applications. After tests and interviews, he chose 15. They included a nurse, a secretary, a beauty therapist, and 2 flight attendants. They all wanted a chance to work in this traditionally male environment. I think a lot of people instinctively trust women more, he says. And female customers might feel more comfortable with somebody who doesn't treat them as if they don't understand anything. Although most car mechanics are still men, the situation is gradually changing. Men are starting to leave the profession and women are joining it. Why? In a word, technology. In the past, being a mechanic was a physically tough and dirty job. Now, cars are much more complicated than they used to be. You need patience and intelligence to work out what the problem is, not strength. Many people believe that this makes the job more suitable for women than for men.
Now we will explain the new vocab. The first one is put out. It's a phrasal verb, and you can say put out the fire or put the fire out. So you can separate the preposition from the verb. What is the meaning of put out a fire? It's number 9. It means to extinguish or to stop something burning. So the firefighters put out the fire. It means that they stop something from burning. In charge of, it's an expression which means that you are responsible of something. So if I say she is in charge of her sister, it means that she is responsible for her sister. So it's number 13, responsible for. Promotion is a noun and the verb is promote. And when you get a promotion, it means that you get better in your job. So for example, if you take a promotion, you will get a better job with a better salary. So promotion is number 15. And it means a move to a more important job. Requirements is a noun and the verb is require. And every job has requirements. For example, you can say I need to learn Spanish because it's a requirement for the new job. So Spanish is needed for the new job. It's a requirement. So of course it's number 11 and it means things that you must do or need to have. Emphasis is a noun, and the verb is emphasize. And when there is an emphasis on something, it means that you are focusing on something, or you are giving it a special importance. So it's number 10, and it means special importance. Put off is another phrasal verb, and again you can separate it or you can put it together. So you can say put off the profession or put the profession off. What's the meaning of put off? It means to make somebody not want to do something. So for example, you can say my father had an accident and that put him off driving. It means that because of the accident, he didn't want to drive anymore. Okay. Commitment is a noun, and the verb is commit. And if you have commitment to something, it means that you have a promise or agreement. So you can say marriage commitment. It means that it's the marriage promise or the marriage agreement that you both, the wife and the husband, agree on. Flexible is an adjective, and flexible, the opposite of it is inflexible, so you just add in to the adjective. And flexible, it means that it's something that can be changed. So if you say that I have flexible hours, it means that your hours can be changed. Instinctively, it's an adverb, and it means naturally without thinking, so it's number 7. If it means that something that you are born with it, it's naturally existing in you. And then we have trust. Trust can be a verb or a noun, and here in the text it's a verb. And when you trust someone, it means that you believe that someone is honest. So it's number 3. So if you say I trust my friend, it means that I believe that she is an honest friend. Gradually is another adverb, and the adjective is gradual, and it means slowly. So if you are saying it is improving gradually, it means that it is improving slowly. Tough is an adjective, and when something is tough, it means that it's physically difficult. Like the job of being a mechanic, it's a tough job. It means that it's physically difficult. So it's number 4. Okay, so after we have matched the words with their definitions, we will start to know the meaning of the other vocab here in the green box. What's the meaning of application? Application means usage, and these are the applications that you can download on your computer or on your cell phone in order to use them. Complicated, it means that it's something so difficult or it's complex. Environment is the surroundings, so it's everything that is surrounding us. Patience, it means to tolerate trouble. Prevent, it means stop. Traditionally, when something is traditional, it means that you got used to it from the past. Underneath, it means that it's situated below. And visor, it's the front shade in front of a cap. Now let me show you the visor. It's in the picture right here. This is a visor. Okay, so thank you, and that's the end of lesson 3.